your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by Conway Medical Center.
After a Sunday full of sunshine, the clouds continue to roll on in. And actually, we're expecting some showers for the start of the work week for some, as this low pressure system continues to work its way off to the coast. Temperatures sitting mostly in the mid-60s, especially across the PD, 64 in Hartsville, 66 in Florence, still in the 70s though in Myrtle Beach. Those temperatures are going to continue to be on the mild side through the rest of tonight, but by tomorrow, especially close to the coast, we are looking at some scattered showers to greet you. That will be the case through about lunchtime, and then we'll see another chance for showers later in the week as well. We'll talk more about those chances coming up in your 7-day forecast in just a little bit.
Next on News 13, an animal shelter running out of room turns to GoFundMe for help. Also, North Carolina's lieutenant governor goes after certain books and schools after making homophobic comments. And what's next for the supply chain backup that's causing shortages and price spikes?
Now, breaking news from WBTW News 13.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Fortin. Taylor is off tonight. We have several breaking stories tonight, starting with a shooting in Florence County. Deputies found one person shot tonight between Timmonsville and Effingham on Country Lane. The sheriff tells us he thinks the victim will survive. He also says no one's been arrested. We'll be following the investigation. We're also tracking the search for two men suspected of trying to kill a man during a robbery. Here are their pictures. Robeson County deputies say Damian Hunt and Chargerius Hughes shot a man multiple times last month, stole his car, and then abandoned it. The victim is still in critical condition. You can contact the Robeson County Sheriff's Office if you have any information. And in Garden City, our team's working to confirm who died in a motorcycle crash. State troopers tell us the motorcycle fell over last night on Highway 17 Business near South Jensen Drive. No other cars were involved. We've reached out to the coroner's office to get the person's name. We'll share it on the News 13 app as soon as we get it. And tonight, a local animal shelter is asking for help. They're running out of room and the building isn't in great shape. Now they're turning to GoFundMe to raise money for a new one. News 13's Melissa Myers got a look at those plans.
Staff at Kindkeeper Animal Rescue in North Myrtle Beach say with overcrowding, it's time for a new shelter.
We just want to be able to do more for our community is why we want to build a bigger shelter and help more animals in need.
They also want a building to call their own. They currently lease.
We want to have our own property that we can customize and just have a much bigger, better facility. It's a little rundown here.
The shelter purchased property in Longs off of Water Tower Road. Now they're working on raising $3 million to pay for the new building. They recently started a GoFundMe to help.
So it's going to probably be a while until we can actually raise that. So we're really hoping that our community will help us out and help us be able to build that building.
The shelter says the new building will have a low-cost vet clinic, larger kennels, and be able to take in more animals.
We'll be able to take in double the amount of animals that we do now, so we're really looking forward to that, and we think our adoption rates will definitely increase once we take in more animals for sure.
Reporting for News 13, I'm Melissa Myers.
Thank you, Melissa. The shelter hasn't set a date for opening the new building. They say right now they're focused on raising money to pay for it. In the last few hours, First Lady Jill Biden arrived in Charleston. She'll visit MUSC for a Breast Cancer Awareness Month event tomorrow. She'll also meet with military families at Joint Base Charleston. The First Lady is scheduled to return to Washington tomorrow night. Someone died last night when a car hit a broken down truck in Florence County. State troopers say the victim was standing outside the truck. It had been involved in an earlier crash on Cale Yarborough Highway near Cartersville Highway. Highway Patrol tells us 3 other people were hurt. We're still waiting to hear how they're doing. And here's a live look of the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk. City Council on Tuesday will consider $20 million in bonds to improve the downtown oceanfront area. Some of the money could go to projects like a performing arts theater and a new library and children's museum. Both have been talked about for years. We'll be at the meeting to let you know what council decides. North Carolina's lieutenant governor ignored calls to resign for homophobic comments. Now he's defending himself after criticizing books found in some school libraries. They deal with LGBTQ issues and in some cases are graphic. Here's Lillian Donahue.
I don't care whether it's homosexual, heterosexual, I don't care.
In front of around 350 people, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson dove right into a topic that's garnered headlines all month, a controversy surrounding comments made over the summer calling transgenderism and homosexuality filth. He shared his personal beliefs.
I believe that homosexuality is a sin. That comes from my deeply held religious convictions. But I also believe adultery is a sin and fornication is a sin. Hey, I believe putting pornography in a kid's school is a sin.
That's referring to his later clarification of those comments, calling out multiple LGBTQ-based books, including one that has sexually graphic images as filth.
I am not going to sit silent while you put pornography in schools and present it to children.
There are some copies of the book in Wake and Durham County school libraries, but both school districts say they're not a part of any teaching curriculum.
I don't care whether you're gay, straight, I don't care whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim. It does not matter to you. To me, your constitutional rights are at my forefront.
Robinson went on to criticize Governor Roy Cooper's mass gathering restrictions earlier in the pandemic, which impacted churches, and Attorney General Stein's response to last year's riots and protests.
Recently, faith leaders from 20 different organizations asked Robinson to apologize and meet with the LGBTQ community. On the crime tracker tonight, Marlborough County deputies think they've caught someone linked to a nightclub shooting that killed a person. Someone opened fire overnight at the Hut in Bennettsville. One person died, another was hurt. Deputies have not released any information about the victim, suspect, or a motive. You can find the latest crime news for your neighborhood at WBTW.com. Just click the Crime Tracker section. You'll find our shootings map, and you can sign up for our Crime Tracker newsletter. More dredging work begins this week in Cherry Grove. This is video from the last project a few years ago. This latest project targets sandbars along the minor channel of the Cherry Grove Canal. It'll start around 53rd Avenue North and move north towards where the minor and main channels meet. The equipment arrives this week. The city expects work to finish before the end of this year. And a road closure starts tomorrow in Horry County. SCDOT will close the ramp onto SC22 that goes over Highway 501. They'll spend the next 2 weeks resurfacing the bridge. If you're looking for a detour, you can turn onto SC 319 in Aner. That'll get you back to SC 22. The descendants of slaves and slave owners met today at the Roseville Plantation near Florence. This is the 250th anniversary of the plantation's construction. News 13's Jack Bilyeu met relatives learning today about their history.
Years ago, this home was surrounded by fields of cotton worked by more than 100 slaves. 3 women came together today to talk about the history of the plantation and their ancestors who worked here, both free and enslaved.
There are stars in the Roseville sky. Wherever you decide you should go. Well, my dad came out here in 1986, and the day he saw it was the day he bought it.
Scott Tucker now lives at the Roseville Plantation, named for these Confederate roses that grow on the property. The plantation was owned by the Bacote family leading up to the Civil War.
My mother, she never talked about, well, she did know of her grandfather, but I don't think she met him.
Vivian Guyton didn't start researching her family until she was 50 years old and saw a statue with her mother's maiden name on it, Bacote.
My stepmother, who was sitting in the passenger seat, said, that person is in your family.
She did some research and found out her great-grandmother, Minerva Cato Brockington, was a slave here until she was freed during the Civil War. She later married Washington Murphy Bacote.
I became very curious about this, and so Scott helped me a lot.
Tucker brought Guyton together with the rest of the Bacote's descendants.
It's just been a pleasure. It's like have met my other side of the family.
She says learning about their shared history and visiting the plantation has helped her get in touch with their past.
I guess it's difficult to explain in words. It seemed like the spirit of something is there.
Jack Bilyeu, News 13.
Thank you, Jack, for that story. News 13 tracks growth in our area. Horry County School Board will vote tomorrow night on the next step for a new middle school in Conway. This is video of the old Whittemore Park Middle School that'll be replaced. Parts of the building date back to the 50s. The new school will be on El Bethel Road. Tomorrow, the board will consider whether to approve a general contractor for the project. The school is scheduled to open in fall 2024. You can find all of our coverage on the explosive growth in our area at WBTW.com. Just look for the Growth Tracker section on our homepage. And still to come tonight, what's next for the supply chain issues causing empty shelves and higher prices? How long till we get back to normal, and why some experts say the higher prices could be permanent? And here's a live look from the Myrtle Beach boardwalk. Sean's forecast includes some rain. Also, we just learned about the death of a well-known character from the show Friends. That's next when News 13's coverage you can count on continues. Friends, here's the post from the show's Twitter account. Actor James Michael Tyler has died. He played Gunther on Friends and became the show's most frequent guest star. He'd been fighting prostate cancer since 2018. James Michael Tyler was 59 years old. Well, get ready to pay more if you want things delivered now. Experts say supply chain delays could continue into next year. They also tell Kristen Eskow why some price spikes could be permanent.
Experts say these supply chain issues are impacting just about every industry, touching businesses both large and small.
I'm just worried about December, what will it look like.
At Kits and Caboodle Classic Toys in Carmel, the shelves are stocked right now.
So they have a lot of new items this year.
But owner Tanine Dobbs is worried that will change. So she's urging customers to try to start their holiday shopping now. She says many shipments to her store have only half the product she ordered.
And then we have some manufacturers that aren't taking any more orders at this time for this year, only for 2022.
Dobbs says she's had to raise some products' prices 5 to 10% due to higher rates from her suppliers. And she's not alone.
Where production has been halted, folks have been sent home because of lack of component parts. We've seen price increases because short supply.
Experts say consumers should be prepared to deal with long waits and higher prices for at least the next few months.
It's worth thinking about, do you want to pay a high price and get it right now? Or can you make do for a little bit and get a much better price, a couple of months from now?
Others say some of these price hikes may become permanent due to several factors businesses are facing.
They're having to pay more for people to come back to work. Plus, they're also paying more for raw materials.
We're just going to kind of be guided by what the manufacturers are passing along to us. And they are telling us that pricing could go back to normal as of next year or go back down, which is what we're hoping for at this point.
That was Kristen Eskow reporting. The U.S. Commerce Secretary told her it's hard to predict how quickly the supply chain will get back to normal.
Well, we went from sunny to cloudy real quick, and rain on the way as we head into the work and school week. We're talking about all those rain chances through the upcoming week, coming up next.
And now, here's your Storm Tracker 13 forecast with Viper 13 real-time radar.
And we're looking at a few more showers starting to enter the picture as we head into tomorrow. That's going to top your weather headlines as we head into the brand new work week. Also, it's been feeling a little bit more like summer the past couple of days. A few cool spells are on the way to feel a little bit more like fall as we head into the middle of the week. We're also talking about more rain chances to round out the end of the week as well, especially on Thursday. But let's get you through the start of the work week first. This is a stop at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Notice this batch of showers starting to slowly push its way inland, especially along the coast for that morning drive to work or school. You'll need the umbrella, the rain gear, so to speak. And those showers will continue to push inland just a bit, mainly right along that I-95 corridor through about lunchtime. We do get a break from all that shower activity though as we get closer to around dinner time. This is stopping the clock at around 5 p.m. Notice though this cold front just off to the west, bringing some scattered showers into the PD, mainly after sunset, and then bringing some more scattered shower chances pushing through as we head into the early morning hours of Tuesday. So most of those showers will be passing by the time you're well asleep. By 8 a.m., all of those showers, all that cold front, well offshore, and leaving us with cooler temperatures and also plenty of sunshine and more fall-like air in play too as we head through the rest of Tuesday. It would also drop that humidity down a little bit too. Now, most of these storms are just going to be showers for the most part, a few rumbles of thunder possible. So the overall severe weather picture, very, very low outside of just some brief wind gusts. But if you're looking off to the west, mainly towards Chirac and areas west towards Charlotte, we could be seeing the potential for some stronger storms Monday evening, especially as that cold front pushes through. But by the time they get to our area, it will really just be some splash and dash showers. As far as lows tonight, staying on the mild side in Conway around 64, closer to that 70-degree mark though for our overnight low in Myrtle Beach, closer to 60 though in Marion and in Florence. Tomorrow, temperatures are going to be feeling a little bit more summer-like, holding into the low 80s, 82 in Florence, 81 in Dillon and Marion. A little bit cooler closer to the coast where we'll have a little bit more shower activity, so staying just shy of that 80-degree mark tomorrow, and those winds will mostly be out of the south. Now the beach, not going to be ideal, especially tomorrow morning for that beach walk, but sunrise will take place just around 7:30 in the morning and sunset close to around 6:30. Now the beach 7-day forecast going to paint a few days of fall, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, low temperatures in the 50s, both Tuesday night and Wednesday night, and high temperatures in the 70s. The soggiest day of the week, though, likely going to be on Thursday. Pretty much showers on and off all day on Thursday, and even lingering a bit into Friday. But good news, especially for those trick-or-treaters next weekend. We're looking at all of that to clear out and cool down a little bit as we head into Saturday and Sunday.
All right, thank you, Sean. Coming up next in sports, we'll head to New Jersey for highlights from the Panthers and Giants as the Black and Blue look to break their 3-game losing streak. And the latest college football rankings, you'll see where Coastal Carolina stacks up this week, all next in sports.
Here's Chris Parks from the Anastapula Law Firm Sports Desk. Don't scream, call Akeem.
After a 3-0 start to the season, Panther fans have grown much more frustrated with 3 consecutive losses and star running back Christian McCaffrey remaining on the sidelines with his injured hamstring. Today was a winnable game against the 1-5 Giants, but the Black and Blue hit a new low this afternoon. Sam Darnold started the game, but he did not finish. Daniel Jones and the Giants, they started slow, but came on in the second quarter. As he's going to find Dante Pettis here on the slant, first down and more. Giants get a field goal. They led 5-3 at the halftime score. Second half, some trickery by New York, a little reverse, and then Pettis throws it to Jones with a beautiful one-handed snag there. What a job by their quarterback. One of the few big plays, if you will, in the game. Woodley to Jones to his right, and Pettis the grab, rolling over the defender to score. 12-3, Giants leading by 9. Darnold benched in the fourth quarter, offense only gaining 200 yards. Devontae Booker with the dagger here on this 19-yard score. The Black and Blue lose 25-3. Afterwards, head coach Matt Rule commented on his quarterback situation.
Yeah, Sam will be the quarterback. I just wanted to get something going today. I just felt like this is it. So, PJ's always ready, but Sam, as long as Sam does the right things, he comes back, and obviously he's going to be really disappointed. But if you're a competitor, you show up this week, and I know he's a competitor. He'll show up this week. We got to figure out the details and understand that, everyone's got to be on the same page every single play, and if we're not, then we're going to get out of rhythm, and we're not going to have the drives that we want.
A lot of work to do for the Panthers as they hit the road on Sunday on Halloween to face division rival the Atlanta Falcons at 1 p.m. Last season, the team split their 2 games with each winning on the road. Let's check in now with our local guys in the NFL. Conway's own Brian Edwards had this touchdown reception for the Las Vegas Raiders, totaling 43 yards through the air. Teammate and the pride of Saucony, Hunter Renfro, as we show some older game footage here. 7 grabs, 58 yards. The black and silver took down the Eagles 33-22 today. Talking college football, Clemson and South Carolina both lost yesterday, and Coastal Carolina dropped their first game of the season on Wednesday at App State by 3 points. Jamie Chadwell's team now 6-1, and for the first time this fall fell in both the AP and coaches polls. The Chanticleers there at the bottom, number 24 now in both of the polls, losing 10 spots. Other notables include Georgia and Cincinnati remaining at 1 and 2. Alabama right in the mix at number 3 there. Wake Forest still unbeaten. They're 7-0 and they're 13th in the land as they took down Army yesterday. The full list available online at WBTW.com. Just click on sports. The CCU women's soccer team finished the regular season with a 1-0 victory over Arkansas State in Conway on Sunday afternoon. Megan Browse scored the goal. Teal Nation wraps up play, 6 wins, 8 losses, 2 ties. They turn their attention to the Sun Belt Conference Tournament in Alabama on Friday. To the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, it's been quite the October for Kyle Larson. Back-to-back victories have placed him into the Final Four with a shot to win a Cup Series championship in November. Today, the scene shifting to Kansas for the Hollywood Casino 400. The beginning of the race delayed some by rain in the Midwest, but once things got going, Larson started doing well. Won stage number 1. Stage 2 was taken by the 24 car of William Byron. In the final stage, some trouble for a pair of young stars on the circuit as Ryan Blaney and Austin Dillon go into the wall there, knocking them both from contention. Larson would take advantage. He led 130 laps, and he includes winning that last one there for his 3rd consecutive win, 9th on the season. He's the first driver since 1987 to win 3 consecutive races twice in one season. And for the first time since 1999, the Atlanta Braves are World Series bound after a 4-2 win over the Dodgers on Saturday night. They'll take on the Astros Tuesday in Game 1 of their series. Former Myrtle Beach Pelican Charlie Morton will be on the mound. The Braves going with their 4th ever World Series title. If they can get the job done, they haven't won one since 1995.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. Now, thank you for watching, everyone. We'll be back here this morning for News 13 this morning. You all have a great evening.